I am Tejas in LP. Now I explain Module 2 Elastic Properties of Materials. Under that, I take Chapter 3 Torsion of a Cylinder. Here you study expression for couple per unit twist of a solid cylinder and derivation for a couple per unit twist and about torsional pendulum expression for period of oscillation. Now I'll go for first one, torsion of a cylinder. A long body which is twisted around its length as an axis is said to be under torsion. So consider a long cylindrical rod of length L. So this is cylindrical rod of length L. L is given here. And the radius of that cylindrical rod is R. So R is written here. R is written. And this rod is fixed at its upper end. Here this is the rigid support, fixed to rigid support. Let O dash be its axis. So O dash its axis. So that is this is about geometry of the diagram. Now we can imagine the cylindrical rod to be made of thin concentric hollow cylindrical layers, each of thickness dr. So let us consider one of that layer of thickness dr. So that thickness is shown here, and one layer is shown here, one cylindrical layer, and its thickness is dr, and the radius of that layer is taken as small r. So small r is shown here. If the rod is now twisted at its lower end, here it is twisted like this because upper end is fixed to a rigid support, then concentric layers slide one over the other. So one of the concentric layer is shown here. So there is number of such layers. All these layers slide one over the other. This movement will be zero at the fixed end. Here sliding does not exist. So sliding is said to be zero, and it gradually increases along the downward direction. As we move from O to O dash, sliding increases. Let us consider one concentric circular layer of radius r. What I have shown now, same concentric layer of radius r and thickness dr. Consider a point x here. This is that point x on the top. It remains fixed, and a point like B at its bottom, this is another point B at its bottom, it shifts to B dash. While that cylindrical rod is twisted, so that point X remains in the same place and B shifts to B dash. So while there exists shifting of point from B to B dash, we can see two angles here. One angle is phi. So this is that angle, that is angle BXB dash, BXB dash. So this angle is phi. And this angle phi is called as angle of shear. Phi is small. Now we have to go for another angle BO dash B dash. BO dash B dash. Here another angle is there, that angle is theta. This angle is theta. So we have two angles here. While that cylindrical rod is twisted, one angle is phi, another angle is theta. And here BB dash is called as arc length. This length is called as arc length. So while we consider angle phi, we can write BB dash, this is that BB dash is equal to L phi, where L is length of the cylinder, phi is angle. We can write that as BB dash, B dash is equal to L phi. This is one of that relation, and we'll go for another relation here. By considering angle BOB dash, we can write BB dash is equal to R theta. So by taking two angles, we can write two expressions. Both are expressions for arc length. Left hand side is same. So by taking these two equations, we can write L phi is equal to R theta. L phi is equal to R theta. So it is given here. L phi is equal to R theta. Then rewriting that, we can write phi is equal to R theta divided by L. Shearing angle or angle of shear is equal to R theta by L. Now the cross-sectional area of the layer under consideration is 2 pi r dr. So cross-sectional area of that layer is 2 pi r dr. If F is the shearing force, then shearing stress T is given by. So shearing stress is equal to force per unit area. So according to the definition, we have to write T is equal to force by area, that is equal to F by 2 pi r dr. Next we'll rewrite this. Rewriting that, shearing force, here we have F, rewrite that for shearing force. Shearing force is equal to T multiplied by 2 pi r dr. That is taken as equation number 2. So we have two equations here now. One is for shearing force, another one is for shearing angle. Two equations we have. Next, if phi is angle through which the layer is sheared, then rigidity modulus, we'll take definition of rigidity modulus. It is the ratio of shearing stress to shearing strain. So shearing stress is T, shearing strain is phi. So again rewrite that for shearing stress, T is equal to N phi. Rearranging that, again you substitute for pi. Okay, substitute for phi. So in the place of phi, we have to write R theta by L. Substitute equation 1. Here we get T is equal to N R theta by L. After substituting for T, equation 2 becomes, this is equation 2. Equation 2 will take. Substitute for T. Here we have equation for T. Substitute the equation for T in equation 2. We get F is equal to N R theta divided by L multiplied by 2 pi r dr. That is equal to 2 pi N theta divided by L multiplied by r square dr. Just for substitution. So now we got one equation for force. That is a force equation. Next, moment of the force about OO dash. It is taken as a force into distance. So this first term is a force what we have derived now, and second term is a distance. Distance is r. So this is r, force into distance. Multiply that, r square into r becomes r cube. So moment of the force about O dash becomes equal to 2 pi n theta divided by L multiplied by r square dr. This is regarding only one layer of the cylinder. So we have considered only one layer. So this is the expression for moment of the force for one layer. So twisting couple acting on the entire cylinder. Entire cylinder is made up of number of such layers. So we have to integrate that. So integral of moment of force is 2 pi n theta by L multiplied by r cube dr, and limits taken from r is equal to 0 to r is equal to r. Take that 2 pi n theta by L to the outside of that integral part and integrate r cube. So integration of r cube is r to the power 4 divided by 4, and apply limit 0 and r. So in the place of small r we have to substitute capital R. So we get a twisting couple equation as pi n r to the power 4 theta divided by 2L. So this is the expression for twisting couple. Here L is length of the cylinder, R is radius of the cylinder, theta is angle of twist, and N is rigidity modulus, pi is a constant. So next, couple per unit twist, it is represented by C. So couple per unit twist, C is equal to total twisting couple divided by angle of twist. So total twisting couple equation we have derived now, that is pi n r to the power 4 theta divided by 2l. So angle of twist is a theta. So we can cancel theta here, cancel it. Then we get a couple per unit twist, C is equal to pi n r to the power 4 divided by 2l, where n is rigidity modulus, r is radius of the cylinder, l is the length of the cylinder. So this is important expression for couple per unit twist for a cylindrical rod. Next concept will take a torsional pendulum and its period. Consider a straight uniform wire whose one end is fixed to a rigid support. So this is one wire fixed to a rigid support, and to its other end a rigid body is attached. This is that rigid body. If the suspended body is rotated slightly around the wire, if it is rotated like this as its axis, then wire gets twisted. This wire also gets twisted. When the body is let free, then because of the elasticity of the material of the wire, it undergoes regular to and fro turning motion. So that body undergoes to and fro motion like this. It rotates, to and fro motion will be there around the wire as its axis. Such type of oscillation are called as a torsional oscillation. So to and fro oscillation with respect to the axis of that wire, it's said to be torsional oscillations, and the setup is called a torsional pendulum. This setup is called as torsional pendulum. So we'll define a torsional pendulum like this: a setup in which a rigid body is suspended by a wire clamped to a support, and the body executes to and fro turning motions with the wire as its axis is called torsional pendulum. So this is the definition of torsional pendulum. As per the theory of vibrations, the time period of oscillation T for a torsional pendulum is given by T is equal to 2 pi root of I by C, where I is moment of inertia of the rigid body, C is couple per unit twist of the wire. Just now we have derived an expression for couple per unit twist. Same couple per unit twist is taken here. Now we'll go for applications of torsional pendulum. There are two important applications of torsional pendulum. Bodies which are having geometrically defined shape are called regular bodies. It is possible to evaluate the moment of inertia of regular bodies mathematically. For example, along the length IL, along the breadth of a rectangular plate IB, etc. But to find moment of inertia of irregular bodies using torsional pendulum is the only method. Okay, so first application, it is used to find moment of inertia of irregular body. Here it is given two cases: moment of inertia along the plane, moment of inertia perpendicular to the plane of a irregular body. So that is equal to I by T square multiplied by T square AX, where I is moment of inertia of regular bodies, T is period of oscillation of regular bodies, and T square AX is period of oscillation of a irregular body while it is fixed along the plane. And second one also same, it is perpendicular to the plane, moment of inertia perpendicular to the plane. So I by T square px. So T square px is a period of oscillation of a irregular body perpendicular to the plane. So this is one of the application. The rigidity modulus of a material can be found. So rigidity modulus by taking the material in the form of wire and setting up a torsional pendulum using any regular body of suitable mass. So we can find out rigidity modulus of a material in the form of wire. So it is given by eta or n. So that is equal to 8 pi L divided by r to the power 4 multiplied by I by t square. Here L is length of the wire, r is radius of the wire, I is moment of inertia, t is a period of oscillation. So rigidity modulus of wire we can find out. It is different for different material. So we can find out by using torsional pendulum. So this is about